All right. Project Veritas did another piece here.
Why did you say it like a fucking a sports radio guy?
Project Veritas,
guys. Project Veritas coming out.
Did an expo called Expose 2020. Sanders campaign part 1 field organizers. So let's just play some of the videos. These are Bernie Sanders campaign people.
Each has repercussions.
So if Trump gets reelected, what?
Cities burn. The only thing that fascists understand is violence. So the only way that you can confront them is with violence.
Yeah, but historically speaking, the fascists are better at violence.
Yeah, like
that's the problem.
I
right?
get the whole being violent thing, but the problem is like eventually you guys generally lose, and then you go and you cry.
Right.
It's a directive from Bernie that we can't attack Warren.
I think it's also fair to point out that when we were in Moscow,
yeah, it is a directive of Bernie. He did say not to attack Elizabeth Warren, but Elizabeth Warren's going out there and saying, and Bernie told me that a woman would never become president. Have you seen that? Elizabeth Warren's going out there and just going ham on this stupid old Jew, and he's like, don't attack Elizabeth Warren.
Don't make me look bad.
For example, people here also were extremely impressed by their public transportation system.
Meet Kyle Jurek,
more like Kyle Jerk.
Look, James, listen. Lately, especially, I got to say, lately he's been doing good work. He really has. Some of the stuff he's been exposing.
But why is he dressed like he's a fucking extra in Top Gun?
Dude, leather jacket with the Veritas logo. What are you doing?
He's fucking riding his motorcycle next to the jets. Whoa.
Him and Charlie Kirk out there playing volleyball, listening to Playing with the Boys. Playing with the Boys.
Field organizer in Iowa for presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. Jurek says cities are going to burn if Trump gets reelected. These are worrisome words from someone who works for a man running to be president of the United States.
He's not going to be president.
Now, the evidence shows Kyle Jurek has been in politics since 2018, when, according to these FEC records, Jurek was paid $500 while working for the Democratic Senate Campaign Committee. The FEC records also show he has worked for the Sanders campaign for over 6 months. And so far, Jurek has earned nearly $11,000.
That's not that much.
Could we, with the music that sounds like the opening heist in a Batman movie,
yeah.
Could we chill a little bit? It's a little overdramatic.
Yeah, they seem emboldened. They have been emboldened by Trump.
They seem emboldened. They have been emboldened by Trump.
All that rhetoric.
And all that rhetoric and shit.
But they are scared senseless of anti-fascists.
But they're scared fucking senseless of anti-fascists. I don't think people are scared of anti-fascists.
Not really. Not really.
I think you guys do employ a lot of underhanded tactics. The thing is, anti-fascist, if you were actually like going after Ed Norton at the beginning of American History X type people, if you were going after red laces people, if you were going after like people wearing Nazi uniforms, you'd probably have still more public support. But the issue is now you're going after people that are like, you're going after Vince Vaughn, you know, people like that.
The big problem with that is, where do you even find where do you find people walking around unironically wearing Nazi uniforms in 2020? It's not
Poland.
It's
Hungary.
Even the ones that are kind of like, you know, the right wing people. The only thing that works, the only thing that fascists understand is violence.
But I'm not afraid of you. Like, you're right. If somebody said that, you know, the only thing people understand is violence, and it was Mirko Krokop, I'd be afraid. This guy would kill me, right?
Also, I mean, what kills me about this, and this is why, look, I love Project Veritas, but people always get so fucking excited when James O'Keefe comes out with a new thing, but the whole system is like, it's slanted against you. So it's like, if this tape were somebody working for Trump, there would be congressional committees.
Oh, yeah.
The Senate
absolutely.
would be convening.
Well, but that's not James' fault. Like, I know what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying that some people, though, they get so, like, this is going to be it. This is
But
the
nobody does
time.
anything.
And nobody does anything because the whole like again, the media should be all over this, but they're like
Every
Bernie's
time
a great
James
guy.
O'Keefe does something, the only senators that actually even talk about it are like Ted Cruz will retweet it, right? And maybe a couple more, but they don't. Republicans. Okay, I want to say this correctly.
Yeah, be careful.
Neocon Republicans, let's be specific, right? Neocon Republicans, specifically in Congress, have no balls. They haven't had any balls. They don't have any balls, right? When Democrats voters want something, right? No matter how stupid it is, Democratic congressmen give it to them. They get it. No, they do get what they want.
Mm-hmm.
When Republicans want something, they get still what the Democrats want. It's a system where Democrats, even when they're not in control, we still get Democrat. When Obama, right? Obamacare, we want healthcare. Obama fucking gave it to them. You got it. You got it. We go, hey, can we get a wall? Did you say red flag laws? No. I said a wall.
You got it. Bump stocks, they're out.
No, a wall.
Right, H-1B visas.
No. I want a wall.
38 billion for Israel over 10
No.
years. Gotcha.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't specific. A wall in America.
Oh, okay. I got it. So bomb Iran. Got it.
No, please don't bomb Iran. I want a wall.
Is he okay? Is
Raise-
he all right?
Let's raise the smoking age to 21. Thanks. That's not what we want.
Oh, you meant like a wall around vape shops.
Yeah,
so you can't buy vapes.
God damn it. Pay attention. And look, it's not just Trump. Look, obviously, it's fun, but it's not just Trump. It is neocon Republicans. It's this nobody ever does anything for the voter. Republican voters always want all these things, and now we have a Republican Senate, and still we fucking have 9-month abortions going on now. That didn't even happen under Obama. What's going on?
So the only way that you can confront them is with violence.
I'm sorry, did somebody say war in Syria? Heard you loud and clear, buddy.
No, wall. I said wall. I said wall.
War in Syria.
No.
Got it.
Border wall. I don't know. They keep asking for border wall. I don't even like Oasis.
We have a wall in America. Have you seen the one around Mar-a-Lago? It's the greatest wall ever, and it's in America, my friend.
Yeah, but the problem is there's a lot of illegal Mexicans working in there, too.
Violence.
So if Trump gets reelected, what?
And cities burn.
But
That's a
cities are already burning.
that's a really mature way to handle it, right? Like,
What an adult thing to say.
like do you understand this is the equivalent of a child and you telling them, like, no, we're not buying you a toy today. And they're just like, I'm going to burn this target to the
Wait,
ground.
what?
And you're like, Jesus, relax.
What you gotta do?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a lot of time left. We have to save, like, human civilization.
Do you know what? You know who else wanted
Says
to?
the guy smoking a Marlboro cigarette eating chicken wings. We don't have a lot of time. Y'all have another picture? Another picture, please?
But, like, the fact that these people unironically are saying these things and calling everybody else Nazis is the craziest shit I've ever
I know.
seen.
It is very odd. It's the cities will burn.
It's so psychopathic.
And
Does that work for local government too? Like if a Republican wins in a local election, are you going to burn down the fucking city? Are we going to burn down Ocala because they have a Republican mayor?
It's fucking crazy to me, dude.
obviously, Trump, you don't give two about making sure that the world doesn't burn.
First off, if you think that anybody, Trump or anybody, has the power, if you really think the world's going to burn, right? If we have fucked up, let's say, the environment, right? If we have fucked up the environment so bad, which going on since the Industrial Revolution, right? Like, really, that's how long, according to them, we've been fucking it up. Do you think that one man, and I don't believe all that fucking, that whole, like, the world's going to burn and we're going to be underwater. It's not, shut up, all right? But even if I did, to think that one person is going to cause that or accelerate it and another person isn't, let me tell you something. You fucking pie in the sky beta fucking losers. If you know what's going to happen if Bernie wins, the same thing that happens if everybody else wins. He's going to say some stuff. He's going to give you some of your things, right? But we're still going to use gasoline. We're still going to fucking use oil. Nothing's going to... We're still going to have plastic. Nothing's really going to go away, you morons. These people, man, these people are so fucking stupid. If Bernie doesn't get the nomination or it goes to a second round at the DNC convention, fuck Milwaukee will burn. Fucking Milwaukee? Now he's getting specific. Milwaukee's going to burn?
Let me tell you something. The fucking Johnny's Pizzeria in Milwaukee, it's going to start there. We're going to work our way to Bank of America. He's getting very specific.
Has someone told the Brewers?
I don't think they care. They want a new stadium anyway. They're like, yeah, burn it, dude.
Yeah,
and they have to build this one.
We want to move, so...
Bernie doesn't get the nomination, or it goes to the second round at the DNC convention, Milwaukee will burn.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to be the one to burn it, bud? You can fucking out there with a match?
You don't strike me as a man who could afford gasoline.
You strike me as a person who only did this interview at what seems to be a Mexican restaurant because the gentleman filming said, yeah, I'll pay.
That's...
You know that's what... Yeah, no, it's on me, bud.
Yeah, but let's try to really heavy up, load up on those free chips here at Moe's Southwest Grill.
Tijuana Flats.
More free chips, please.
Thanks. Hey, sodas are free refills, right?
Listen to me. If Bernie doesn't get the nomination this time, so help me God, I swear on this dollar margarita that the city will burn.
All right, who had the all-you-can-eat riblets?
That you? I think it's the table over there.
Okay.
Oh, the artichoke spinach dip.
Thanks.
It'll start in Milwaukee, and then when the police push back on that, and other cities will.
So you think ground zero of this revolution's in... I'm sorry, but I want to understand. Is in Milwaukee or Milwaukee, as the natives used to call it?
You beat me to it. I was going to do that right now.
Or Milwaukee.
You fucking jerk.
We're not worthy.
Be ready to be in Milwaukee for the DNC convention. Well, what I gotta say.
Be ready to be in Milwaukee. Are there plans going on that I don't know about? Are they going to riot in Milwaukee?
Oh, I plan on being there.
Those cigarettes aren't helping the carbon emission, by the way, bud.
What about Des Moines?
We're gonna make 1978 look like a f***ing Girl Scout f***ing cookout.
Do the Girl Scouts do cookouts?
I don't.
Well,
I
maybe
don't
the
know.
black ones.
Maybe you're right. And I think that he meant to say 1968 is what he meant.
What does that mean?
Remember what happened when McGovern got f***ed in Chicago in 1978?
68.
Riots. People getting beaten by the cops. The cops are going to be the ones that are getting
You know what the worst part about this is?
Hold on. The cops are going to be the ones getting beaten in Milwaukee. Do the police officers in Milwaukee, do they know that?
These people think they're cool. Like, that's the
I
worst
know,
part.
man.
Like, at least the people rioting in 68 didn't think they were cool.
No.
By the cops. The cops are going to be the ones that are getting beaten in Milwaukee.
By the way, that techno music really undercuts your fucking violent point you're making. Ba 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 bow. Race war now. Ba 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 bow.
Lack of testosterone.
Yeah. What is he? Is someone watching an anime behind him? What is that music?
You're going to call it the National Guard for that shit.
No, they're not. The Milwaukee Police Department can handle a bunch of fucking losers that don't have guns. Because that's the other thing. You don't even believe in guns. What are you going to do? A lot of people are watching this and getting mad. I've been watching this and just laughing because the guy's such a fucking nerd, right?
These guys are so soft. You know what I mean? Honestly, I grew up with dudes that are way harder than this. That don't have time to be riding over Bernie Sanders. Like, they own businesses now. They've grown up, but they're guys that would break this guy's jaw in a fucking moment. In a moment.
This is there's ridiculous here.
These guys are all soft, suburbanite. They grew up in a house where they had fucking 3 parents in the same home. 2 parents in the same home.
What kind of weird home would you live in?
Well, no, some of these probably did grow up with 3 parents. But it's just this, they all grew up with a house with a pool, and they fucking went to college, and they're like, I'm gonna fucking burn a city down, bro. Bum, 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 in the background. It's just like, come on, man.
Promise you that.
Jurek is clearly very radical, but also very confused
It's totally
about his
radical, dude.
political history. He talks about riots in Chicago in 1978 when George McGovern was running for president.
And he sucked his uncle's dick when he was 9.
Wow, man. She goes deep. Project Veritas goes fucking.
Listen, James O'Keefe, if you've got skeletons in your closet, he's going to find them.
About riots in Chicago in 1978 when George McGovern was running for president. In fact, the riots were in 1968 when Hubert Humphrey was the Democratic nominee.
Oh, he didn't even get the guy right.
No, he didn't. The guy or the date.
That's amazing.
McGovern ran for president in 1972, and there were no riots that year.
Like, if Bernie doesn't, if they fucking take Bernie from us, then we have nothing else left to lose.
First off,
man, I fucking love Bernie, bro. I fucking love Bernie.
Bernie's like 80. God will take him before anybody else.
Excuse me, no more dollar margaritas.
Seriously.
I fucking love him, man. He's our only hope. He starts getting all fucked up. This is the new Project Veritas strategy. Hey, listen, we're going to have one of Twitter's top tech chiefs on. Just feed him drinks.
Look, I gotta give
Here you go. Have some more drinks.
I gotta give him credit, though. It is a great strategy.
Yeah. Here, have another dollar margarita. Hey, so let me ask you something. If you could have 5 minutes alone in a room with Barron Trump, what would you do with him? Oh, I'll fucking break that little kid's fucking jaw. Little fucking piece of shit, fashion sad. More margaritas, please.
Secret Service immediately knocking on his door the next day.
He's like every Project Veritas now is just like, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm really calming down. What would you like? Hang on, I got a guy. I'm gonna get you some coke. Just feeding him coke and booze, and then being like, I swear to God, I'll fucking burn Milwaukee down like they did in 1978.
They walk out and they meet Laura Loomer and a black guy in a car. Laura Loomer and Rob Smith are out waiting in a car with a bag of fucking coke.
Oh shit!
I got you.
Nothing else left to lose.
But at all costs, whatever it takes. And that's why, like, when they're like, oh, anti-fascists are violent, it's because we're willing to go above and beyond what the law says is acceptable. Like, oh, free speech, yeah. Like, they try to be like, oh, you're a victim, or you're against free speech. No, we're not against free speech. We're against hate speech.
So you're willing? No, hold on. I got this one. I'm just please let me have this one. Sure. You're willing to go above and beyond the law, but then you get mad when people use hate speech?
Yeah.
Do you understand if we're playing an escalation game, right? Like a game of escalation. Do you know what side is more well prepared for escalation? The people that are fucking canning their own peaches in a bunker with a fucking closet filled with guns.
Yeah, people who own people who have illegal machine guns stashed under their garage and know how to actually filter their own piss back into drinking water.
And those
are the guys that are going to kill you.
And they're looking for a reason. Do you not understand?
And if your free speech is something that, like, these people shouldn't exist, then I don't give a if it's free speech or not. You don't need to, like, free speech has repercussions.
Yeah,
yes,
bro.
It does.
If you express like how you feel about people that are different than you, I'm literally going to burn your city down and punch you in the face because justice.
First off, there's nobody, well, look, not nobody, but 99% of people aren't out there saying these people shouldn't exist, okay? Nobody is saying that an entire ethnicity or race shouldn't exist.
Yeah, nobody is saying that. I'm joking around. Come on, have some fun.
It's off air. That's off air talk. That's off air talk. Nobody's saying that certain people shouldn't exist. There are some people saying that go stay in your country. You could exist, but exist over there.
But I love this entire concept of, bro, I swear to God, if you're out there talking shit, expressing yourself and saying that, like, you know, you're not going to be replaced and you're going to, like, you know, use your fucking hate speech to, like, harm vulnerable people of color, I'm going to fucking hit you with a milkshake mixed with quick dry cement in the face and break your jaw.
And that's the other thing, too. Like, my girlfriend's boyfriend's a black guy. And do you want him not to exist?
You know, it's like, dude, me personally, like, I'm such a good person. I'm such a good person sometimes. And it's like, when I hear a guy on the internet, on Twitter, say something I don't like, what I do is I like to go to Milwaukee and burn down local businesses owned by people that probably didn't even agree with that guy on Twitter, because I'm a good person, dude.
Like, free speech has repercussions. Yeah. There are consequences to your speech.
Legally, not really, though.
No, that's the whole point of free speech.
Yeah.
Right? And if your speech is calling for the elimination of people based on race or gender or religious, like, for whatever reason, like, things that people can't change, then you should expect violent.
Well, you could change your religion. So let's start. You're already wrong. You could change your religion. So let's start with that. Secondly, what if, like, the people that I don't want to exist are anybody who owns a ukulele? Is that good? Is that okay?
What about the fact that, like, Antifa goes after us all the time? We've never, ever in the history of the show said that people shouldn't exist.
Never.
Or don't have a right to exist, or don't have a right to represent themselves. Like, never said that. So what about all the, like, let's be fair. If you're going to be violent, if you're going to violently enforce your way of life, then at least don't lie and say it's only when they do this, because that's a lie. You guys go around and punch people indiscriminately. You block traffic. And again, as I just brought up, you burn down local businesses of people that don't even have a dog in this fight. Like, at what point do people just go, you know what, we've had it with you?
That's right. You know what? You're burning down people's homes who the last time they voted was for the American Idol. Like, they don't care. They're apolitical people. You hit people with sticks on the head that just show up to places.
To be fair, they voted for Sanjaya.
Oh, but that's fine.
Reaction. And you deserve a violent reaction.
Really? Why is it guys that look like this are always the ones that talk the toughest? Why is it always that? Why is it always this?
I don't know, man.
Because, like, that's...
Look, I am no way. I've never been a guy that pretends to be a tough guy. There's a lot of people in this world that could fucking kick my ass. But I feel fairly confident that I could punch this guy's head until it explodes.
So once?
Once, yes, exactly.
So punch it once?
It's just not an acceptable thing. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, but, like, what if the guy has a gun?
So many people have suicided themselves that have been related to the Clintons in some way or another. It's fucking insane.
Hold on. Let's hear him out.
Kill the Clintons,
baby. Revolution.
Kill the Clintons.
Kill the Clintons.
Revolution is on.
Let me tell you something about this.
He's pretty. Look how hammered he is at this point.
That's what I'm saying. That's
he
his
is
MO.
Fucking hammered.
That is the Project Veritas modus operandi. Is just, hey man, let's go out to lunch. I want to talk political theory with you, and then it's just like, another round of shots, please, and whatever this man would like.
No, we don't got to kill the Clintons. We'll make them kill themselves.
How's that?
Reign of terror.
It's clear.
These guys are fucking LARPers. It's really making me uncomfortable.
In Jurek's idea of a revolution, Democratic candidates like Tom Steyer and Mike Bloomberg wouldn't be safe, and in his world, networks like MSNBC or even moderate liberals wouldn't be immune.
Throw down? I'm ready to throw down now. I don't want to have to wait for AOC.
Yeah, with who though? Who's you gonna throw down with?
Billionaire class. Media.
So all the people that are on your side,
all of these people want what you want.
They're on your side. They're funding you. They're paying for your fucking bullshit.
And your coronas.
Go walk into that MSNBC studios, drag those up by their hair, and light them on fire in the streets.
What about the armed security guards that you're going to have to go through?
You know, they sound an awful lot like the people they purport to be against.
It it's really, you're right. You know what? You're right. And then, you know, burn the books that they read. Maybe also do that. Crimson King goes, that's very anti-Semitic, what he just said.
It kind of is.
Because when you start dragging the billionaire class and these journalists out onto the streets,
I think you're going to notice an overwhelming demographic there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just went in, right, and started randomly grabbing producers and hosts at MSNBC and putting them in front of a guillotine, right, I think you'd start to notice a theme emerging.
So
why don't you cool it with the anti-Semitism, Kyle?
Come on, man.
Guys like that. What are we going to do with them?
Gulag.
They're such LARPers, man.
You're going to have a gulag? Are
They're
you? Like
such
Stalin?
LARPers.
Like Stalin have a gulag?
Liberals get the fucking wall first.
By the way, you fucking guys, like, these guys are the best, too, because they do realize, right, like, in a true, like, you say what you want. I'm not obviously, I'm not a fan of communism. I'm not a fan of that kind of shit. But Stalin's, like, nationalist, communist kind of approach to shit, all these men would be dead.
Yeah, they'd be worthless. You would serve nothing.
Like, they'd go, cool, we need farmers, we need craftsmen, and we need, like, soldiers. Can you be any of those?
I can name different IPAs just by tasting them.
You know what? Take him to Gulag. Take him to Siberia. Make him farm until he die, and then you just throw him in mass grave.
Liberals get the fucking wall first.
Liberals get the fucking wall first. Liberals get the wall first.
I mean, do they not hear how cringy and LARPy they are, like, and how similar they sound to the Nat Socks and all the fucking cringy right-wing LARPers?
Cognitive dissonance, man. It's really not self-examining.
You just changed rope to wall, and liberals to race traders.
Oh yeah,
but it's the same thing. Most of us, Kyle, and all of you fucking, like, the Invictus defenders that are out there, all of you people on both sides, most of us, you just want to make a living, you know what I mean? Maybe fucking on the weekend, hit up a Miller's Ale House, have some of those Southwest egg rolls, watch a UFC fight, you know what I mean? Take care of the people closest to us, you know what I mean? Make sure the people around us are doing well. And we just kind of want to live out till our old age. That's what most of us want to do. You people are in a fucking minority. And I mean, you're in a minority when we take you guys on both sides and combine you. You're still in a fucking minority. I be honest with you, I think that the best way to fix this country would be to just let them have at it. Just put all of these people in one state.
What state?
One of the, put them in, like, Wyoming.
That's not fair. I know nice people in Wyoming.
Yeah, but it's easier to move people out of Wyoming and give them land in, like, North Dakota or Montana. You know what I mean? There's still other states.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Guam. We own it.
I like that. Yeah, because we've just used it basically to, like, test nukes and shit. Yeah.
So Guam.
We put you guys all on an island, and we just let them go.
And the people from Guam, you could live in Puerto Rico. And then you have problems.
And we tell them, hey, whatever side wins, you're going to dictate American policy afterwards.
All right.
But Royce, we're not really going to let them.
Obviously, we're not really going to let them.
And then whatever team wins, they're like, yeah, we fucking won. And that's when we release the bears and the tigers and all the fucking, just all the horrible, evil, rabid animals and just let these people be eaten alive.
I guess, but you think Owen Benjamin fans are really going to do anything? Guys, we're going to take them out.
First.
What are we going to do with those people that resist the change? Because that's a big deal.
Well, I'll tell you what. In Cuba, what do they do to reactionaries?
They shot them on the beach.
Oh, I hate this guy.
And he's bopping his head to them.
Because he's so cool, man. This guy is so fucking cringy.
And in Cuba, what did they do to the reaction? Yeah, they killed them. And Cuba's way better than it's ever been. End of story.
If you overcook chicken, jail.
Jail.
If you undercook chicken, also jail.
They shot him on the beach.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Do you want to fight against the revolution? You're gonna die for it, motherfucker.
Oh God, this guy. It's so. This is LARPing. We have reached.
Do you think he believes what he's saying?
I think he half believes it, but again, this is like, we have reached peak LARP. There's no, we can't LARP. They can't LARP harder than this.
Jurek also has some pretty harsh words for Sanders' rival on the left, Elizabeth Warren. He is particularly critical of her staffers in Iowa.
They're like sending canvassers to our events. Like we had the climate summit with Naomi Klein and AOC. Warren campaign people show up, want to table the event, want to set up a table for Warren at the event. We're like, get the out of here. This isn't a Warren event. You're not coming in here and scooping up people. Like, no.
What are you gonna do when, if let's say Bernie's not gonna get the nom, but let's say Bernie gets the nomination, right? What are you gonna do when he picks Elizabeth Warren as his running mate? What are you gonna do then? You hate her so much, right?
Yeah, that fucking cunt. She's never gonna be. I'd like to announce my great friend, my colleague Elizabeth Warren as my running mate. No, she's all right though. I mean, she's cool. Like that's what they're gonna do because you guys are fucking morons. You're low IQ morons.
No.
It is a competition, you know?
Yeah, like we're not on the same team, guys. Like, you know, like I know you guys like to say like, hey, Warren's just like Bernie, but a woman. But guess what?
You done?
We're not on the same team. Yeah.
Chicken butt? Oh.
No.
Bernie's a bad judge of character. So like he has like Weaver, who is his like one of his like campaign like senior advisors, is a shit fucking human, but he likes him. You know, Bernie likes him. Bernie's
He's your guy.
He's 78 years old and he's like set in his ways, and he like. Yeah. You know, that's one weakness that Bernie has is he's a bad judge of character with some people.
These guys, man, everybody's had a friend like this guy, right?
Just bitches about everything.
Like we have had a mutual friend that was like this guy, right? That thinks he's so smart, wouldn't work. Think he thought he knew how to change the world, but never really wanted to do anything.
Yeah.
Like never had a job, never knew what it was like.
Everything's gay and stupid.
Everything's dumb. Everything's gay. Nothing's right. Everybody's horrible. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to change anything. You don't give a fuck, all right? You don't have anything to live for. And I'm really sick of these people that have nothing to fucking live for. Nothing to care about in their fucking lives. Try to tell other people how we need to change the way we live, because even though everyone's living pretty well right now in the U.S., you know, we're doing all right. It could be better, obviously, always, but it's doing all right. But for the majority of people, we're doing good. You know, you got a car, you go to work, you have your life, everything's fine. You got TV. Life is so good right now that people could go on Twitter and yell at Stephen King. Like, it shows you how fucking easy we have it. That the biggest problems that we've had on this show that people are complaining about are Vince Vaughn shaking the president's hand, right? And Stephen King saying something wrong on Twitter. Stop. You're not revolutionaries. You're not those people. Because say what you want, and I hate Che, right? I fucking hated Che. He's a piece of fucking garbage. But at least he was bark. It was bite and not bark.
Yeah, he was a real man compared to these people.
He would do shit.
He would go out and shoot somebody in the face.
If I were to give you a gun and go, there you go, they're up against the wall, do what you said you're going to do. You're going to put the gun down. You're going to fucking go home and play GTA while heating up pizza rolls in the oven. Because that's what you're going to do. Because none of you have what it takes to do the things that you want to happen.
I would say this. They would try. You'd give them a gun and it'd be like, yeah. The safety's on.
Yeah. Shit themselves.
You still have to pull the slide back. I'll show you. You know what I mean? Che Guevara, say what you want. Like he said, he was a piece of shit. But you know what? He rode his motorcycle around, fucking shot people that fucking questioned him. You know what I mean? Fucked bitches. Like he was not. Again, there are guys like I'm actually looking back fondly on some of these fucking commies compared to some of you guys, because at least, like, look at Stalin. Stalin fucking, by the way, Stalin wasn't even the OG commie. Stalin was such a badass that he hijacked communism from the commies and was like, hey, I'm in charge now. And they were like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he built gulags and sent people to Siberia to freeze to death. And, like, again, horrible person, but you guys are horrible people that just whine and, like Roy said, play video games and watch Netflix and smoky cigarettes and head bop to fucking Beastie Boys.
I love people scribbling scribes. Stop praising the commies. He was a rapist. I know he was
I hate people like you. I hate people like you. I hate people like you. I hate people like you.
My actual family had to leave Cuba because of Che. He's the piece of fucking shit communist Fidel Castro. I hate communists probably more than the fucking average Joe. But what we're talking about is not a matter of whether they're good people. They're horrible people. The difference is both of these people want to do horrible things. But only one of them, between Che, for example, and this guy only one of them actually had the balls to do it.
Do you even...
If I was worried about this guy, I wouldn't be laughing at him.
Scribbling scribe, do you even listen to people, or do you just selectively pick things out to be outraged against because you're a low IQ idiot who only hears every other word, tunes in and out, and then goes, did you miss the entire preamble he gave, the entire disclaimer we gave, that they were pieces of shit, that they were murderous, and all this other shit, and you turn it, President Communist, like, you must have an 85 IQ.
Hank Hill, ROTC is talking about manhood, not morals. Exactly. We're not talking about the ideology. It's terrible. We're talking about, there's a lot of people that talk shit, right? Here's a good example. Omar from The Wire. We bring up The Wire a lot. Omar from The Wire. Terrible human being. Murdered people all the time, right? But they respected him because he pulled the fucking trigger. You know what I mean?
And because people knew that he wasn't necessarily going to murder them if they stayed out of that whole fucking dirty business. It was just like he just shot Mike in his hind parts.
Like, he loves Elizabeth. Like, he's friends with Elizabeth Warren. He's friends with this it's not Dan Weaver. It's some, you know, what can he do? I mean, Bernie has, like, kind of started opening up lines of attack against Warren, but he keeps it policy based.
Oh wow, it's almost like he's being like
politician.
Yeah, it's almost like he's sticking to the old ways of doing things.
What did you want him to do? And this cunt, she's a stupid cunt, and she's stupid. She gets the wall first.
You fake Indian whore. Like, that's not going to work. It's better to go. You know what, Mr. Lopez? While I obviously celebrate your accomplishments in government, I think your budget plan is a disaster. That's what they remember when they used to do that. You know what I mean? No, listen, this guy, he's got some good ideas on policy, but let's be fair. If you elect this guy, it's gonna set us back 10 years. That's what you used to do, and now it's like, bro, Bernie's not like letting us threaten to throw Molotov cocktails into a McDonald's window. So it's like, what are we supposed to do?
Tell me that on the doors. Like, yeah, I like Bernie, but I really want a woman to be. It's like, wait, so like you're okay with the woman if she has worse policies?
You're the one that lives in that fucking ecosphere where people have to raise women up. You're the milady guy.
Yeah.
Like, just because she's a woman, because she has a vagina, that's why you're gonna vote for her.
There's a lot of things that these Bernie people are saying that sound very alt-righty, don't they? Doesn't it? It's a lot of their policies.
The fact that they can't fucking see, like the fact that both sides cannot see how real the horseshoe theory is, is just, it's hilarious to me. Like, you guys really don't understand that there's a large swath of America that has fucking had it with both of you. You're both shitty children smacking each other in the back of a car during a long car ride.
Kids, you're both just terrible.
Seriously, you're two kids fighting in the back seat on a vacation none of us want to go on in the first place, and it's just
like if we could beat Donald Trump as long as we nominate a woman. Like, idiot. Like, what the
I love too that the guys like this, they're so low IQ, they simply cannot articulate themselves.
No.
They look at that. That is 2 sentences, right? He says fuck 3 times. Like,
and we say fuck a lot.
Yeah, but come on, dude. If you told me I can't curse, I could make my fucking point without cursing.
Oh.
Well, but you know,
maybe
they don't get it, man.
Like, the world is on fire. This is an emergency situation.
The world's on fire. How about yours? He's the all-star theory, the smash mouth of politics.
You're hung up on vaginas.
Let me tell you something, sir. When I look at you, I definitely don't think you're hung up on vaginas.
Yeah.
Is this someone you want to be part of your government? Keep in mind, Jurek was
I don't want him to be part of my waitstaff at Fridays.
Yeah.
Forget the government.
Seriously.
an open book. On day one, he told us he wanted to punch, quote, Nazis, burn cities down if Trump wins again in a free election, and spoke of shooting people.
By the way, that brick wall that he has there, that's where he does his tight 5 before he goes to the Comedy Cellar.
Shooting people if they couldn't be, quote, re-educated. Is Kyle Jurek the true but hidden face of the Sanders campaign? Is the Sanders campaign going to fire Kyle Jurek?
Yes. No. How do you fire him? They're not even paying him.
They're paying him $11,000 in 6 months. This guy's just going to stop giving him $500 every once in a while.
Are they going to say he's a lone wolf or an isolated incident? Well,
yeah, I mean, if they're smart, they would.
in our next release, you will hear Jurek say some of the most shocking and disturbing totalitarian aspirations ever spoken during a presidential campaign. Stay tuned, America. More to come.